Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Guild Wars 1 Let's Play. We are back in Commandant for a little bit of a side story, something I wanted to show off that I forgot to do earlier in the series. One of the bonus mission pack missions. There's one essentially related to each campaign, as I talked about in the previous episode. We're going to be doing Elona's here today. I think I'm going to do it twice. I'm going to do it once off camera though, just going to watch it once, because the reward is some weapons and stuff, so want to get that done. So we talked to this guy here. So I'm Durman, keeper of heroic tales and Tyrian legends. To know a culture is to understand its past. Choose a hero and I shall give you the hero's tale and weapon. Which story would you like to read? Turai Ossa is the one for this campaign. So you have to equip the weapon of the hero, and then you read their book here.
His name is Turai Ossa. This is his greatest battle.
And you get a little bit of information here. His name is Turai Ossa. This is his greatest battle. 200 years ago, the armies of the undead Lord Palawajoko swarmed out of the desert. Oh, if you realize he has the same last name as Varesh also, the evil lady from this campaign, this is kind of why I want to do this now, relatively. Because this is essentially her great ancestor. A unified Elona might have stopped him, but the princes of Vabi hid and the Astani Sunspears proved too few and too divided to halt Joko's relentless assault. Only after Palawajoko scored much of Vabi and turned his attention southward, any real resistance muster. Even then, it was almost too late. War Master Asha, gathered forces from every town, village, in the valley of the Elona River. He marshaled a great army in the broadlands near the Grand Cataract, where the valley walls narrowed. As mighty as his forces were, Palawajjoko's army was greater. Turai, however, had a plan. Among his warriors, he found a miner who passed through hills above the Jahai Bluffs. The tenuous route might lead to Joko's rearguard, not really to Joko himself. Scouts confirmed that the Underworld Lord had insufficiently garrisoned his flank, and Turai believed a small but powerful group may fight its way through. As a desperate mission, so Turai Ossa chose to lead it himself. He took with his most trusted bodyguards a band of Astani Sunspears, a handful of refugees soldiers from Vabi. His handpicked squad came from across all three Eloan provinces and had a personal stake in the outcome. Turai's finest commanders would hold the line against Joko's shambling horde, in hopes that they could contain the massive army long enough for Turai and his men to move through the shadowy passage and strike against Palawajjoko from the rear. If Turai could eliminate this undead lord, his Elonian forces might stand a chance against the unliving army allied against them. But should Turai fall, then all of Korna would fall.
But should Turai fail, then all of Korna would fall.
So let's go on in. So these missions are pretty cool in that not only do you get to play as a character from the story, but it gives you all unique skills. And you get the option to pick unique weapons at the end as a reward. So that's pretty cool. So let's go on through. Here's like all of our forces down there. Kind of a Battle of Jahai. Here's our goons. Palawajjoko and his army stands at our doorstep. We're all that stands between Korna and oblivion. The lands of our Vabian friends to the north smolder in the wake of the beast. Today we draw a line at the base of these cliffs. You will hold the line. Do this for Vabi, do this for Korna, do this for Istan, for Elona. So yeah, we have our own unique skills here. Commander, give the marching orders once we reach the first ridge. Flanking forces move out. So we essentially have our own unique skills here. Kind of cool. We're essentially got to go through here and make our way to Joko. There's some unique make sure you keep using this for Elona shout. It's a real nice. Turai also just straight up does a ton of damage. So, we're gonna make our way through. Kind of forget what the quickest way through is. I think this gives us attack speed. Yeah, extra armor and attack speed. Ideally, we also want to keep as much of our guys alive as humanly possible because they make the mission easier, so Even though we are responsible mainly for our own HP here, we need to keep an eye out on all of our allies' HP, since we want as few of them dying as humanly possible. Stomp them down. Let's get this Necro here so he's not summoning more people. Alright. Which, now this gate's open here. But yeah, you can see we're actually quite huge. We damn boy he thick, you know? All these missions actually also have side objectives. I will probably not be doing them all, but War Master, look below. Our forces head into battle. It is our forces. But yeah, essentially there's a whole bunch of different locations and other like side objectives you can do in these for a little bit of extra gold. Leaves the reward. I will not be doing them. I'm just gonna focus on the main story here. Some of them are kind of interesting, like this one here where you see the extra vistas where he was. That's actually kind of cool. But a lot of the other ones are just like random little objectives just to add some replayability. Oh, this is where we are on the map too. We're around here. And this is like actually where this battle took place, up here north of Gandara. It's not just where we are in the command, or we're not even in the command tower. We were in Distanza. There's our people fighting again. In the name of the gods, War Marshal, this battle has been joined. The battle has been joined upon the fields below. We haven't much time. We must find Palawa Joko before our forces are overwhelmed. All right, let's go find us El Jokino. If you don't know who Joko is essentially an old lich that was responsible for a lot of bad. War Master, a cursor encampment lies ahead. I believe they may be mercenary hires by Palawa Joko. How do you proceed? I believe he's supposed to be a line here about killing them anyway, but it doesn't appear to have procced, which is interesting. Here we go. These are some of the most dangerous enemies in the mission because they are actually high level. So you need to be very careful. And make sure you're healing up whenever you can. So I'm gonna wait here for a second until my allies can give me that. Yep. Then we're gonna run in. We're gonna quickly kind of stomp. Get our extra HP going. I want this guy to die first, so we don't want him to res any minions. Ooh, HP low. I need to watch the HP here because if you die, you reset and you go out. So you need to be actually pretty careful about managing your HP bar. Sure, we're healing ourselves on up. Uh-oh, we lost one. not good. Every one we lose makes the mission a little bit harder, and this mission definitely is a little bit harder than some of the other ones. Oh, I remember these guys. You need to actually erupt one of their. You need to erupt that stone flesh aura, or else they can be quite annoying to kill. We lost another warrior. I think I should be able to keep most of the ranged guys alive pretty easily, because... But honestly, those are the guys I almost care the least about, because they don't really take aggro from me. Make sure we get a... Oh. That was bad, I almost died there. Make sure I heal up here. Oh no, don't kill the other guy. Oh. Oh man, that sucks. Oh wait, it looks like they res. Hey, it looks like our troops res with us. So I guess this is because this was created later. So eventually at some point they kind of realized that the whole protecting people is kind of an AIDS. Oh, War Marshal, we're approaching a large gorge. 3 bridges cross the other side of the canyon. All 3 bridges are heavily defended. How do you wish for us to proceed? To be honest, this one on the right is probably the one that's the least annoying. So I'm going to wait for a charge. But at some point they realized that the NPCs sometimes could be a little suicidal, so they decide to essentially program it so they would res themselves if they died while you were fighting and stuff. So it looks like that's what's going on here. I'm trying to get an incoming out of one of my soldiers here. The speed boost. There we go. Because I want to speed boost into these guys so I can get in there. Yeah, get that knockdown. Start healing ourselves. I'm gonna back out for a second. Let our HP go back up. Get a little for Elona going on. Up. Die, die, die. Alright. Oh. This is a cool little look. I want to go up and around here. I hope we don't over aggro. I'm a little worried about over aggroing here. You know what? I'm just gonna take these 2 groups now. Yeah, I think we go out here to these casters first. Make sure we get erupt on the skill that matters from them. Oh no. No, 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 no. I'm going to make a run for it. You appear to have aggroed everybody. There, we went up there. So I'm going to hang back here for a second and let all my allies regroup to me. It'll probably take a little bit since they all need to die and then get closer and then die again, but you really don't have to keep redoing this. Oh, something cool to note is this is Turai's sword. You see this sword here? This is also the name of one of the most expensive swords in the game, but a different model of it, like a ghostly version of it. This guy is also, if you remember, the ghostly hero that we had helping us through some of the missions and prophecies. That's this guy. Alright. So it looks like we need to kill the roaming group first. And then we can kill the big guys. See if I can grab just one group. I don't have any of the melees left alive, so I should be able to pull these guys back and deal with them. And now I should be able to wait out most of these Bone Minions' HP, because eventually these things will get to a point where the NPCs cannot keep them healed, so they should die. So I'm definitely gonna wait out these Bone Minions dying. Okay, that's alright. I'd like to get a shout, so we can shout on in. So I can lead with my stomp. I think I'm dead here. Yeah, I'm dead here. Please, 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 please. Oh. I'm just gonna keep healing. Holy heck, that was rough. I almost wiped there. This mission is definitely not easy, at least compared to the other ones. If you wipe, you have to restart, so that's why I'm trying to avoid wiping as much as humanly possible. Here's the battle going on below us. There's Palawa Joku himself. We made it behind. War Master Palawa Joku has been spotted ahead. You've done enough. I will deal with Palawa Joku myself. Pathetic mortal, the rabble you call an army is on the verge of collapse. This from a coward who hides behind his army to avoid battle. Back up your words, Joko. Show me this supposed power. If death is what you wish, I shall gladly grant it. Let's go, Joko. Make sure we just keep interrupting his shit. Spam it up. Go, Turai, go! Kick his ass! Cinematic. Ooh, got him. Ooh.
Turai Ossa cast Palawa Joko down. And with Joko's fall, his undead armies were routed.
Get him, Turai.
But though defeated, the undead lord could not be slain. So Turai Ossa entombed Joko where none would disturb him. Trapped in darkness, Palawa Joko cursed his prison and his captors.
Dun dun dun.
And most of all, he cursed his defeat at the hands of Turai Ossa, the champion of Elona.
All right. We have done it. We have finished the book.
His name
Now, if you
is
read, we
Turai
can now read
Ossa.
the rest of the stuff. So,
This is his greatest
War Master Ossa and his handpicked squad threatened their way through a maze of paths and canyons above Jahai Bluffs. Far below, they could see Palawa Joko's forces clash against the human armies. They knew that time was an ever-dwindling resource, so they forged ahead. However, Joko had not left his flank completely unprotected. Turai's advance through canyons was stymied by undead guardians and Corsair mercenaries. In time, though, Turai and his men reached Joko's camp, the Underlord simply gloating about his impending victory. Turai Ossa challenged Palo Joko to single combat, playing to the undead lord's vanity. Joko could not resist the urge and fell the Cornan war marshal personally, and the two leaders faced off high above the warring armies. There, in full view of the retrospective followers, Turai bested Joko, and the undead lord fell from his lofty height. On the plains below, the resolve of the unliving hordes wavered and broke. Turai's forces cheered at the defeat of the enemy leaders. They cut down the fleeing undead legions. Though beaten, Joko could not be slain. Turai's bodyguards imprisoned the undead lord where none would ever disturb him. Then the scourge of Vabi would lie forgotten and trapped, with its hatred and weakness guarded by followers of those would intern him until night fell upon the world. Turai served his people well. In this victory, the Battle of Jahai would be remembered for generations. As the years passed, his descendants would rule Kornai, but Turai would also be known as the greatest champion of Elona. So that's why Varesh also essentially has so much power and rules over Kornai, is because she has, right of lineage. So we can get the book authorized, and then when the book is authorized, we can talk to one of these guys here, and we can get a different weapons. So there's a whole bunch of different weapons here, staffs, foci, all that kind of stuff. We're going to be picking up a spear, actually, so we have a weapon. So let's chuck that on and take a look at it. There we go. Not too shabby. Kind of a cool, unique skin. I'm going to go outside real quick just so I can show it off. And I am probably going to get the other weapon get a shield before the... Actually, maybe I might not keep... I might keep the shields that we have, and I might try to do something like get a shield for the region that we're in. That might be cool. But yeah, this is the spear. It's pretty cool. I kind of like it. It's unique. Not my favorite spear in the game, but it's also three-dimensional, which is actually quite interesting. It's actually got like a... It's not just a flat texture like some other weapons are, but it's pretty cool. But I want to thank you all for coming out. I hope you had a great day. I hope you enjoyed that little side story. I will be doing the other ones at some point. I'm not sure if they're going to be the next episodes or if we're just going to continue on with Nightfall, and I'll do them after Nightfall. We'll see where they line up in the video release. But thank you again, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.